Hey, what's up everybody? This is Marvin and this is SEO for Beginners. This is episode 2 when we're going to talk about keyword research, which is really one of the first things that you're going to do in the SEO process. So the first thing I want to do is actually cover the basics and explain what keywords are. And I'll start by alleviating a very simple yet confusing thing. Now, we all know that keywords, or maybe you don't know, keywords are what you type into search engines, right? But the term keyword can be a single word. It's usually not though. More often it's 2, 3, 4, or 5 words or even more. It's a big giant phrase that a person types into a search engine to find information, services, and products. Now the term keyword is singular and it's old and it's as old as search engines. And one thing we've noticed through the evolution of SEO is that people are getting more savvy when using search engines. They know that if you type in one word, you're not going to get what you're looking for. But if they type in more words, if they're more specific, that's going to mean they're going to get better results. So that's why we see keywords getting longer and longer over time, right? So you can actually break keywords into 2 categories, the length of it, right? And that really brings us to our next point. And that is, talking more specifically about keywords and how you can break them up. There's really 2 categories. The first category is short tail keywords, and the other category is long tail keywords. Short tail keywords are obviously shorter, and they often have 1, 2, maybe 3 words at most, whereas long tail keywords usually have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a lot of words in them. So they're giant phrases, right, that people type in. So when getting started with SEO, many people focus on those long tail keywords first, because they tend to be less competitive and they yield a really high conversion rate. So short tail keywords though, they usually have a really high search volume, which is great, but they yield a much lower conversion rate. And sometimes they're very competitive because of the high search volume. So if you think about it, it really does make a whole lot of sense. The more specific someone is, that means the closer they are in the buying process. So it would be like a future homeowner in Chicago. They're searching using a short tail keyword like Chicago condos. That's it, just Chicago condos. As opposed to somebody who's searching using a long tail keyword like 2-bedroom Chicago condos for sale. That's a much bigger, longer term key phrase and very specific. A person typing in a long tail keyword like that is much closer to buying a home and knowing exactly what they're looking for. So that's why it's good to go after long tail keywords first, less competitive and higher conversion rates. Now, if you're really smart, and I know that you're going to be a super smart SEO person, you can actually target short tail keywords inside of long tail keywords. So kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So let's jump ahead a little bit. So let's talk about how to research keywords, right? So keyword research, in my opinion, the way I've done it, usually involves about 3 things. 1, common sense. 2, competitor analysis. And 3, keyword tools. The common sense part really is just asking yourself, what would you type into a search engine to find your information, your service, and your product? And it shouldn't just stop there though. It's not good just to focus on me search, right? That me search. You should also do a little bit of research as well, and that's why you jump over to your competitors. And to start researching competitor websites, this is what you do. Look to see what keywords you see in their title tag, their heading tags, and throughout their contents. It'll be pretty obvious, little bold things, you'll see them, you'll notice them. And once you have some ideas, now you're ready to jump over and start using a keyword research tool. And there's plenty of them out there. There's tons of great keyword research tools, and free and paid. However, because this is an SEO for Beginners guide, let's focus on Google's keyword planner tool. It's free, it's very popular, and it gets the job done. So Google's keyword planner tool is actually built for AdWords users. And those are people who are paying to advertise their site on the top of search engines or along the right-hand side like we discussed in episode 1. And this is often referred to as SEM, search engine marketing. And this is just good to note for you. It's irrelevant, but it's good to note. So it's also called PPC, pay per click, right? So AdWords, which is Google's version of pay-per-click, lets their users bid on keywords based on search volume. However, the SEO people use the AdWords Key Planner tool as a general idea on how many keyword searches are being performed each month. So we can see how many times somebody's searching something per month. Now, their tool isn't 100% accurate, and I think they do that on purpose. They don't publish everything 100% accurately. But it gives you a close gauge of which keywords are doing better. You'll see actual numbers, so one keyword might get 500 searches, the next keyword might get 200 searches per month. I hope that makes sense. So the last thing I want to talk about, just mentioning, is the difference between, understanding local keywords, right, versus national or global keywords. And the local keywords, you'll notice it's very simple. They tend to usually have a city or a state inside of the keyword or phrase, whereas the national and global keywords really don't. So let's say you live in, Austin, Texas, and you're looking for cars. You might type in Austin, Texas, or Austin cars for sale. That actually could show very different results than just searching for cars for sale, because one, you're searching very locally, and two, you're searching nationally or even globally. But Google's getting better at understanding user intent, and all that means is that eventually you might not need to type in your city and state, but more than likely for some things you're going to. So it's good as an SEO person to target locally by using city and states in your keywords. So in conclusion, that's just basic information that you're going to need to know to do keyword research during the SEO process. And now that you have that basic understanding, I think you're ready for episode 3. And that's when we're going to discuss how and where to implement your keywords. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.